Hi everyone, let's continue. In the previous session, we have seen how to create customers. That's the first thing we need to do if you want to start with this database. So now we will see how to create leads and then how to create quotations against the leads and how we can actually go through the entire process. Okay, so let's get started. As usual, we have to log in. Yeah, I just log in here. So as usual, you see the dashboard of, how many jobs, where and all, done with the details. Okay. So now we have already seen the customers, how to create and, how to create service locations for each customer. And yeah, I just want to highlight for every customer, you will have multiple locations. So you don't need to create multiple customers based on the location. So you don't need to do it. You just need to create one customer, and underneath you can add multiple locations. So that is enough, right? So now let's move to the leads. So as you see here, the quotation status and the work order status, both you can see. This status will be changed based on whether you created work order or not. That is, if it is yes, that means for this lead, there is already work order created. And probably you might create already the schedule. That means it's confirmed. This particular lead is received and is confirmed or is already ongoing with me. And when you say no, that means this lead is not yet converted into a work order. That means not confirmed, or it is in an early stage actually, right? And this is purely a quotation status. So what we do, we receive a new lead and create here. Let's start with the creation. Maybe I take an example of a customer. We have a customer called ad hoc, and let's say the inquiry date. The inquiry I received today, and what is the inquiry mode? You can choose which mode you have received through. So this will be useful later when we generate a report, and for analytical purpose, it will be useful. So that's the reason we collect this data. And again, lead source. So which source, we collected this lead, and the infestation level and the salesperson name. We can just search and then it will appear all the users. And inquiry for termites or whatever. You can write all the descriptions based on customer details. Then I click save, and you can see the status is new, and you can see the rest of the details here. So that's all. You have actually recorded the lead. That's the first step. The next step, let's say you want to edit some information is wrongly entered, or you want type in some more, then you can edit directly and you can change. Otherwise, what you can do, you just click on the lead number. So every lead number is unique. Every new lead that you create, it will generate a new lead number. Just click here and you can see all the details here. So you can also see 4 tabs: quotations, follow-ups, attachments. So overview is just information, read only. You can read all the details, whatever the details we entered, we can see here. And on top, you can see lead number, which customer, who the salesperson, all key details you can see here. If you want to go back, you can click back to lead, then it will go back. So this is the detailed view of this particular lead that we created. So what is important tab here? The second tab, which is quotes. So this is where we can create new quote. Let me click new, and I'm choosing quotation date, valid until, generally, we put 30 days, but you can change, and the GST percentage, whatever. If you have any terms and conditions, signal notes, you can also key in here. It's totally optional because you won't see this asterisk keys. That means it's optional, but you can key in if you want. And I just click save. So now if you see, quotation also got a new unique number, and the date, valid until, the status of the quote is draft. So you can see all the details, terms, towards, and all this. So this total and everything will be populated based on the details that you enter. See, you have an arrow mark here. When I click here, it expands. This is where you enter the details of the quotation. So for example, for this quote, what I can do, I just added the main details. I need to add more details. For example, description should be added here. Description of whatever, services. The actual description of the quotation, unit of measurement can be, pieces or per service, or depends on the union we can enter. I can leave it. And for this particular service, what is the cost, for example? So I put 500. It's all SGD. So just put the number. Just the same. So you can see here the total also updated with the 500 plus GST 545. I just added one, but you can add more. For example, I can add another treatment and TV, and then I add 250. So you can see here total 2 items 750 and with GST. Since we didn't enter terms and notes, so it is blank. And you can see 2 service here. So it's very simple. Let's say you are doing something wrong, you can delete, but you cannot edit here. You can keep adding, and then that's all. So the quotation is very simple. We have added all the details. So now it's supposed to be approved by approver. Since I have all the rights, I can see the approve button. But generally, this needs to be approved, and that's very important. You can also go back. You can see, the details here. I'm still the same. Let me go back. So this is the lead, right? We still have a status new, and this is the lead we are actually, updating. So let me go to the status again, codes. So it's still, we have all the details. So what I need to do, I need to approve this. Only then, okay, after approval, you cannot delete the line items. And this is completely locked. And now you see the status is approved. And only then now you can actually, generate this quotation as a PDF. And what you do, you print the PDF. This is our quotation template. So you can see all the details, customer address, all this, and the line items, and the summary of, the amount. And if any terms and conditions, it will be appearing here. So yeah, it's very straightforward quotation, and with the quotation reference number. So this you can actually, email to the customer, corresponding customer. The system will not email at the moment, but later we can integrate if needed, but it's optional. But for now, it's actually, you get this PDF, you download, you save this, and then you can send it to email the customer direct. So going back here, and then once you send, then you click this button called send to customer. Let's say you really send by email, then you have to mark it like, send to customer. It's very important. So once you click the button, it becomes like, send to customer, different flag now. So after send to customer, this is like, again, we have a PDF button always available. You can get the report anytime you want. And after you send the customer, let's say customer given you feedback, for example, whether they accept or no, they reject. So you can just, click accept. So the moment you click accept, so this is considered as accepted. That means now we can proceed for the work order. If, so for some reason, we can also reject, and then it will be cleared, and then we can create new one if something, to be given. So that's all. This is the entire workflow. And if we go back to leads, now you see this is accepted, but still we didn't create work order. Work order will be created under, here. But, the lead is accepted. So we have a track of all the status and everything. And when I click here, you can see the lead status and everything also, show you the overview and quotation. And next thing, let's say, you in between or, later, let's say you get some follow-up to the customer. Let's say you send quotation to customer, you got some follow-up. Then you can also put this, what is the date that you did the follow-up and what is the next date you're supposed to do the follow-up with this customer. It's just, general log. And whether you are following up through email, direct visit, or, call, whatever. And whatever, the information that you can key in, call, let's get this of the dation or whatever, you can enter the detail. Client responded, yeah. If you try to contact a customer but they didn't respond, then you can also make it no. So at least we know that you already tried. For some reason they didn't pick up, maybe they're busy or something. At least you'll have a log, so somebody can actually check this again. So like this, you can add more logs. For let's say you have done multiple follow-ups, you can actually keep adding here. So it's quickly you can come and refer, hey, when was the call, and all these informations you can easily track. So that's the follow-ups. It's just simple log that is useful for us. Okay, this also will appear here, follow-up notes and everything. Next follow-up date after I refresh probably. Yeah, you can see here. This also shown quickly the overview also. What is the next follow-up date and what is the follow-up modes that we have clicked. So that's about follow-ups. Attachments, okay, again, it can be anything. Let's say you collected some data from customer, or you actually send the quotation and then I just click browse, and then I can just attach. I can add more files here. Let's say there is the quotation signed by customer or accepted, whatever. So after you get that quotation, you can also upload here, or any supporting documents, this particular quotation related information, pictures or whatever, you can upload also here. So this will be a reference document at any time. And there is option to delete, as well as you can open the document directly. It just opens quickly here. right, in it. So yeah, the attachment on follow-ups is completely for your documentation purpose, but the quotation is actually, the actual data is sitting here. That's all about this module here. And then the next module will be the work order. The work order is generally for the confirmed lead. So basically this lead is accepted, customer is accepted, everything is done. So that means we can create a work order, and then we can create schedule, and we can follow up. So yeah, that's all about this module. Thank you.